When I was 19 years old, I thought careers were straight lines. My parents had both spent long years in a single organization, other than for a couple of years in the beginning of their work life. As life and work went on, I realized that my career path was more of a jungle gym. And today, as an entrepreneur with a portfolio career, I totally see why that would have happened. Welcome back to my Thursday video series where I share examples that you could use at work to make a point. I thought about this example in a podcast called The Path by Ryan Rolinski, who is the CEO of LinkedIn. He talks about the journey of John Henry, who grew up in New York City as a child in an immigrant family from Dominican Republic. His mother did a lot of odd jobs, and his dad drove cabs, pressed clothes, and was a dry cleaner. During his junior years, his mom got a job as a custodian in an affluent school district in Florida, and that meant that he, as a kid, could attend that school. But he felt like a fish out of water. No fancy clothes, no cars coming to pick you up, and the pressure of constantly seeing his parents trying to even make rent while raising four children. This meant that his childhood was not carefree. He really felt powerless, that unless he could contribute financially, he was not going to be able to help. So after high school, he moved back to New York. And while he enrolled himself in a community college for night, he did a lot of odd jobs during the day to make ends meet. One such job was as a doorman in an affluent residential building in Manhattan. They gave him a cheap suit and told him all he had to do was greet people as they came in to the building and to make them feel good at home. And he said, I can do that. It was just a doorman's job, but also exposed him to a whole lot of career paths. In that building were authors, musicians, former athletes, real estate developers, lawyers, stockbrokers, actors. So he began to realize that power of proximity that comes with being exposed to such careers. One of the residents in that building had a dry cleaning franchisee business, and he noticed that John had that spark in him. So he asked him if he wanted to work with him on that business, and John grabbed that opportunity. Juggling school and work, he realized that this could be the start of something and started taking those small steps to go on his own. He would go door to door asking people to give him their laundry, and then he would take it to his mentor's facility where it was clean, and then he would return them back to the owners. While this job didn't last, he was really waiting to make that leap of faith. He suited himself up in that doorman suit and made the side hustle of picking up these clothes into his full business. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., he did that, and he attended community college at night. One evening during a business law class, he just thought, I should be going and growing my business instead of attending a class and reading about it. So he just got up from his desk, picked up his bag, and much to the amazement of all his classmates and the teacher, he walked out of the classroom and he never attended school again. One of the residents in the building where John used to work as a doorman saw that John was working really hard, reached out to him for another opportunity serendipitously. Turns out that that guy knew the wardrobe supervisor of the Wolf of Wall Street movie, and they were looking for a new dry cleaner. So John went and picked up the clothes, and instead of taking it to his mentor's facility, he took it to his dad. This was an emotional moment for John because for most of his life, he had been embarrassed about what his dad did. And now here was a job which was like giving him work to bring to him. His dad was a master presser and he did his job beautifully. And they both went back to hand back the clothes to the set supervisor. And they said, this is amazing. And you get the whole contract. Not only that, they said that there could be a new contract coming, which would set you up for a long time. And that was the TV show Law and Order. Over a period of time, John and his dad had access to doing the dry cleaning business of Empire, Person of Interest, Spider Man, Ninja Turtles. So they almost cornered the entire movie and TV dry cleaning business. And he was 19 years old at that time. To him, what it showed was there is riches in the niches, and it gave him the ability to hone his interest in entrepreneurship. They finally sold this business and he founded a VC firm in Harlem. With his experience in this firm, he got offered a six-figure deal to host a podcast. When he asked the podcast organizers why they chose him, considering that he had run only one business, they said that they found his career path different and interesting and thought that he could bring an absolutely unique perspective to the podcast. From then on, he went on to be the co founder of a car insurance company. John calls this the flip, the art of figuring out how to use one experience to pursue a completely different one. And of course, all of this stemmed from how seriously he took it when he was presented with that first opportunity. Dry cleaning business, incubator, podcast host, partner at a VC firm. What a career squiggle. Now, where can you use this example? An immediate one, of course, is as a mentor, you could share about this and why it is important to use your uniqueness, your onlyness to decode your life experiences and generate big ideas. I would love to hear where else you think this example could be used. Do share in the comments.